the order made by the Court of Appeal that status quo ante bellum be restored had been set aside. In other words, the basis upon which INEC acted to remove the name of Senator Mark and his ESCO had been removed by the Supreme Court agreeing that the order of status quo ante bellum made by the Court of Appeal was unwarranted, had no basis to make it, it was unnecessary. But affirm that we should go to raise the question of jurisdiction before the trial court. In other words, the Supreme Court allowed the appeal. The objection to the competence of the appeal was dismissed. The appeal was valid, but they agreed that we ought not to have come to the Court of Appeal for the question to come and show cause. And so we're going back to the Court of Appeal. That's it. The Supreme Court is a court of policy, like you hear their lordship say it. They are all Nigerians. They are aware of what is going on. Democracy must flourish, and it must thrive.
It's a victory for multi-party democracy in Nigeria. We have repeatedly maintained that anything contrary to what the Supreme Court had ruled will have set Nigeria's democracy back by many years. So we are glad, we have remained confident in the judiciary. We have repeatedly maintained that we are confident in the judiciary, and we are very proud as Nigerian citizens today that the Supreme Court has not let the judiciary down, has not let Nigeria down, and as Nigerians we are very proud. And this means to us that democracy will survive in Nigeria. Then we can go back and begin to do the hard work of politics. As we have had the lawyers explain, the full implication is that the basis on which INEC acted by removing the name of David Mark, Rauf Aregbesola and other executives from its portal have now been removed.
That's it.
So INEC now has an obligation to immediately restore the name of David Mark, Rauf Aregbesola and other ESCO of the party on this portal and begin to continue to deal with us until the High Court determines the case.